Welcome back to the Global Business Report here on Rise News. The Natural Oil and Gas Suppliers Association of Nigeria, Nogasa, a body of organized suppliers, stakeholders, and practitioners in the nation's oil and gas sector, have called on the federal government to allow its members a 5-month window to import diesel to stabilize supply and prices. This, of course, was as the House of Representatives ad hoc committee is investigating the actual daily consumption of petrol in Nigeria and has demanded full details of all the petroleum products seized and auctioned by the Nigerian Customs Service. They're also asking for foreign exchange at official rates to be able to bring in diesel into the country. The Petroleum Industry Act, advertised as the elixir for new investments into the sector, so far has not brought in investors into Nigeria's oil and gas sector, and there are questions as to why. Helping us out with that, Arise business analyst Chika Mbono joins us to discuss further. Chika, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Morning.
Good to have you on a Friday.
Thank God it's a Friday.
Indeed.
Friday. Quickly,
yes.
We don't have much time.
Yes.
So let me just make one or two comments on the first story that you put out.
Okay, Nogasa.
The gas. What's the name again?
Nogasa, yes, Natural Oil and Gas Suppliers Association. Yeah.
You see,
Yes.
in this program we don't just
We tell it like it is.
that is the whole story that you read there.
Yeah.
The only story that is there, I'm saying it now,
Yes.
is what allow us to have foreign exchange at official rate.
Yeah.
That's what the story is.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what the story is.
Yes, sir.
And because the major issue, no, anybody can import diesel. You're allowed, you don't need license to import diesel.
Right.
Remember, diesel is deregulated.
It's deregulated, yes.
So you can import your diesel and bring it to Nigeria. The problem is what? Do you have the foreign exchange
Right.
to bring in that diesel? And because everything is totally imported, the foreign exchange component of the cost is high. And with the depreciation of the currency, that has translated to a transferred increase in price. That's what it is.
Yes.
So dollar price is increasing because of what's happening in Russia and
Ukraine, yes.
And then so multiplier effect of our foreign currency devaluation gives you a high naira price.
Exactly. For the
That's
product.
what it is.
Yes.
So anybody looking for the so-called CBN dollar,
Yes.
you're looking for a subsidy
Aha.
to bring in the product.
Yes.
And there's no subsidy to bring in the product. So it's not nobody's stopping anybody from bringing in diesel. Go and bring in your diesel. Find your FX, bring your diesel. You're allowed to bring in that. But this so-called CBN dollar, forget it. That's not like CBN dollar, And so that's the story there.
Got you.
That's the story.
Got you.
It permeates every other thing that we do in our country.
Airlines.
Manufacturing companies.
Yes.
Even listen, the arbitrage opportunity between the official and the so-called black market now is about 200 naira.
Yes.
So if you're a manufacturer and you get $1 million, immediately you have 200 million naira profit.
Yes. Wow.
So are you tempted to run trip the money or use it to bring raw materials and face NEPA problems, power problems, water problems, or just sit down there and say the FX? Again, brother, don't quote me. The temptations are very strong.
They're very, very strong.
I need
indeed.
to talk, quickly.
Petroleum Industry Act. Yes.
In a few, shortly, we'll be celebrating the 1 year next month of that act.
Of it being, yes.
After 20 years of wait. So we'll celebrate Nigeria. Remember when that came into play, we thanked and celebrated as a country. And everybody that came spoke about the fact that it was going to open the gateways for investments to come into our country.
Yes.
That was the dream and hope and belief.
Yes.
But that has not happened. And because of so many other Nigerian issues that we have, apart from the usual that which have to do with sanctity of contract, stability of government policies, which are mundane and normal with us, the major issue has been, for the upstream sector, has been the theft of crude oil. Now, there's some things that happen sometimes, and you shudder and wonder why they're happening. Let me example. If you're coming to Lagos with a plane,
yes,
if the pilot is banking to the right, and you think the left is where you're sitting is clear, you wonder why the man is doing that. If the other way is banking to the left, you wonder why he's doing it. But the person who has the total vision is the pilot.
Yes.
So As I sit down here and other people watching, we wonder why the bloodstream of our country, crude oil, is being left to be assailed and attacked this way by other individuals. Let me tell you that it has been described in several words. Some people call it the theft of crude oil is like organized crime. Somebody said the scale and sophistication of the crude oil thefts suggests an organized operation on an industrial scale. Organized. Now, why I'm saying this is that our nation, our commander-in-chief and the army and everybody has brought the full weight of the law against lesser problems in our country. But this one that affects the well-being of our nation, the livelihood of our nation, everybody seems to be just speaking and talking and doing nothing and sounding helpless. Indeed, the IOCs have said something, the seminar they had in Abuja, that those appointed or elected to solve this problem appear to well louder than the operators. If you listen to Minister Silva talk, you'll be wondering which government is it, Ghana government or Kenya government or stuff like that. Now, the sad thing about this is because the expectation, remember, the PIA is to bring investment. The investments, so the investors are fleeing our country and going to other geographies and jurisdictions and pouring in investments, even countries like Tanzania and Uganda. Meanwhile, our country here, we're getting nothing. And so you show that. That's why I said maybe there's something that we're not seeing. Maybe there's something that's happening that we're not knowing. This organized crime, who's profiting from it? Why is he being, treated with kid gloves? Why hasn't the whole, strength and power of our nation been used to go over there? When this issue was up during President Jaradua's government, they used kinetic and non-kinetic measures to, resolve them. And the communities were involved because these pipes are in communities. The communities are in local government. Local governments are in states. And the states are in our country. What is happening? As I told you, I will not just fly from here and go to Nembe somewhere and start blowing up pipes. There must be something happening. And I think that, something like Hair's oil and gas. In 2021, they lost about 65% of their oil and gas production by theft. In December, they actually lost 97%.
Wow. And
this is a company, for example, that borrowed money to make acquisitions based on cash flows on oil production and so on and so forth. So what's happening? Shell, the same thing. Eni, the same thing. And so they are fleeing from our country to other geographies to go and invest, and nobody's doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. If you listen to those who are appointed and those who are elected, they're sounding helpless. Crying more. So who will bail us?
It's a 2023 question. As you said.
Why is this issue being left? Who's profiting from this? See, one of the back of the envelope calculations say that Nigeria is losing. The any MD say back of the envelope 100,000 barrels a day. We're losing about $10 million every day. In a month, that's $300 million. For a country that is going out there begging and borrowing from everywhere. Meanwhile, the one that God has blessed us with, that we should use to turn the fortunes of our country from poverty to riches. Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Yet, $10 million we're losing every day into private pockets. Who are those getting from this? Why hasn't the power of our state, our country, been brought to these people to make sure that these things are saved? Or is the money too sweet for everybody, as I say, and everybody's, compromised or what? I don't believe that.
Something can be done.
Something can be done.
All right, and something will be done, hopefully, and we'll be here to have you analyze it, whether it's done or not. All right, it is sad, and thank you so much for analyzing this for us. All right, business analyst Chika Mbona. Chika, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.